Hi everyone, my name's Amanda. I'm the knitter and knitwear designer behind Dog Mom Knits. This is episode 1 of the Dog Mom Knits podcast. Can y'all hear Finley? It is dog mom life around here, y'all. So I had all the intentions in the world of doing a podcast on January 1st, and then it was January 3rd, and then it was the 10th, and now it is the 17th. And I've been talking myself out of it all day, and I just decided I was just going to record, because worst case scenario, I delete it. Best case scenario, I love it and I put it up on YouTube, and then you guys love it and I make new friends in the knitting community. So my name is Amanda. I live in coastal Virginia with my husband Sean and our 3 dogs. We have Bandit, the long-haired dachshund, Copper, the beagle, and Finley, the dachshund beagle mix. But she is not a mix of the other 2. We have 2 boys and a girl. It just is really cool that it worked out that way. Behind me, hanging from our mantle, you see a little stuffed beagle, a little stuffed dachshund. We got those from our foreign exchange student that we had with us from August until December. She brought those to us from Ukraine, and I just think they're the cutest things. So they have been hanging on our mantle, decorating and making us smile. You can find me on Instagram as Dog Mom Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Dog Mom Knits 08. So as I said, this is episode 1. I did participate in Vlogmas for half of December. And I kind of just fell off the radar and all of a sudden just wasn't posting any more videos. So December started busy and got crazy. We had the first 2 weeks of December. We were traveling. We had traveled for Thanksgiving. I'm a teacher. School's very busy in December. And then the 3rd week of December, on that Tuesday, our foreign exchange student went home after having a family emergency, and she needed to leave. So it was a surprise. And then that Thursday, I ended up in the ER with a diagnosis of diverticulitis, which, if you know what that is, I'm sorry. Like, if you know what that is, then I am very sorry that you know what that is. If you have experienced it, I am sorry. I was in a lot of pain. It took over a week to kind of get my system settled down. I'm all good now, thankfully. The medicine did a great job, but it was Christmas by the time I felt moderately close to human. And at that point, I was just like, it's Christmas. Vlogmas ends at Christmas. What am I going to do? Like, I'm just not posting anything. And I was like, oh, I'll start a podcast in 2022. January 17th, y'all. So my plan is to podcast every 2 weeks or so, depending on how much knitting time I have, which is going to depend on a lot of things. Like I said, I'm a teacher, so, sometimes I don't have as much knitting time, but I would like to podcast every 2 weeks. Please like and subscribe so you can watch again if you like what you see. I would love that. So since it's the beginning of, sort of the beginning of 2022, I thought I'd start with my 2021 year in review. I'll try to insert some pictures here. Note to future Amanda, when editing, this is where to put in pictures of finished objects. I ended up finishing 16 objects in 2021, which is pretty good for me. I went through a slump there where I was only finishing maybe 9 or 10 things. So finishing 16 was a big deal. But when you look at that breakdown, it's pretty funny. I finished one shawl. That was the Cozy Up Knits 2021 Mystery Knit Along. It's beautiful. I love it. It's super warm. So I knit one shawl and 15 pairs of socks. Is that a pattern? Is that like, do you guys know what I like to knit based on those numbers? Yes, 15 pairs of socks. And I love every single one of them. I did gift some and kept some, but I love it. And I see, and you will see in my whips here soon, yeah, it's going to be another year of socks. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sorry. So I'm going to take a little drink of water. I'm just drinking some ice water with some peppermint and lemon essential oil because it makes it taste good. And I'm more likely to drink water if it tastes good. So my knitting goals for 2022, I would like to finish one work in progress a month. I think I counted the other day on Ravelry, and I'm pretty sure that's not even all of them. But I think I have 22 works in progress. And these are shawls and socks and a sweater and blankets and things that I want so badly to finish. But I am the cast on everything and finish nothing girl. Anybody out there, please comment below if you are my people. If you are the cast on everything, finish nothing. I would love to know that I'm not alone in that. So my goal is to just pull out a whip a month and say, okay, I really want you finished. So this month I'm going to spend 30 minutes a day. K of the Crazy Sock Ladies, hashtag 30 minutes of knitting, 30 minutes a day on this whip every day for the month and just get it done. And then we can have some things done. It'd be so amazing to have some of those projects off the needles. And so I want to finish one whip a month, and then I would like to finish one other project a month. So started or pretty close to started in that month and finished it. I'm also participating in the Desert Vista Dye Works 8th annual knit along. So I am hopefully going to have 12 pairs of her striped socks done by the end of the year. And, you know, maybe some other stuff, but yeah. So one whip, one new project, and the Desert Vista Dye Works knit along. That's my plan. I don't know if I can do it. It seems, I have it written down here in my notebook so I don't forget what I'm going to talk about. It seems like a lot. I don't think it is, but it feels like it is. I don't know. Can you guys hear Finley and Copper running around like crazy dogs? Yeah. Uh-oh. Time to play. So I do have a recently finished object. This is my, I'm just calling them my Grinch socks. The colorway is from Arkansas Yarn Co. It is Grinch 4.0. I got this from a friend who was destashing it, and I love it. It is mostly green and white, but there's like these little pops of blue and red, like the Christmas lights surrounding the Grinch. It is so beautiful. It's so pretty. And it is, I've not used Arkansas Yarn Co. before, but her base is amazing. It is so gorgeous to knit with. It has incredible stitch definition, but it also looked really, really good in this pattern. So the pattern that I used is my first knitting pattern that I ever published. It is called Road Trip Socks. It is available on Ravelry. And it just kind of makes a spiral around. And I love it. It makes the socks go really, really fast, and gives them a little bit of stretch, which is pretty cool. But I just love, love, love how these socks turned out. They are so great. I did finish them after Christmas. That's okay. So I'm going to put them away for next year. They are on I have them on my Woodico sock blockers with all of my keychains and pins from when my best friend and my husband and I met up in Pittsburgh last year. And we did the Pittsburgh yarn crawl. So I have all of our, or all of the yarn stores that we went to. I got a keychain or a pin from each one of them. And I wanted it somewhere special and somewhere that I could see it. So I hooked it to my, my sock blockers. And so when I see it, I smile and remember my best friend and our week together in Pittsburgh and all the yarn that I haven't knit. But that's okay. Knitting is one hobby. Collecting yarn is another hobby. I just happen to do both. So my Grinch 4.0 socks, and I do have both of them. Like, it's not a half finished object. It is a whole finished object. So I have both. And again, I just am really, really happy with these. They turned out really, really nice. So put those away for next Christmas. So my works in progress, like I said a little while ago, I have, sorry, let me pick up those socks before Finley decides to put her mark on them. I have a lot of of works in progress. So the ones that I chose to show in this episode are the ones that I have been working on the most recent. They're kind of the ones getting the most love right now. So the first one is off the needles, but I do not call something a finished object unless it is ready to wear, which means the ends have been woven in and it is blocked. So poll question. When do you consider something finished? Is it finished when it's off the needles and you're done knitting it? Or is it finished when the ends are woven in and it's been blocked? Just let me know below, because I'm very interested to see if I'm in the minority on that one. But for me, definitely, I do not consider it a finished object until I have finished weaving in the ends and it is blocked. So I finished knitting my shawlography shawl in 2021, but I do not consider it a 2021 finished object because I have not finished weaving in the ends. I started, but I haven't finished. So this was my first Stephen West pattern and my first, obviously, if it's my first Stephen West pattern, then it's my first of his make-alongs. Really, Amanda? I was a little hesitant, a little nervous that maybe I had bitten off more than I could chew, but I love it. It is so amazing. So I used 3 colorways from Lolo Did It. Hippo Goes to Hogwarts, then a yellow, which I can't remember if that's actually called Hufflepuff or if I just called it Hufflepuff. And then this is, I believe it's Albus Dumbledore, this purple. The pink is Long Dog Yard. And this purple is, this light purple is another skein. I went stash diving the night before he released Clue 1. I wasn't going to do it. It seemed like everyone was doing it. And I just loved the idea of joining in that community of knitters all knitting the same thing all at the same time. I just thought this sounded so cool to be part of that. So I was like, if I have yarn, I'll do it. And so I went stash diving that Thursday night. He published the Clue Friday morning and I cast on Friday night. I was like, no clue what I was doing. I was like, whatever. If it doesn't work, I'll just rip it out. But it worked. The only thing I did is right here, if you've knit the pattern and you've seen it knit, there are supposed to be a bunch of like I-cord loops right here. There were a couple of names I heard for those. I-cords of Doom, Deadly Earthworms. I just omitted those. I did not like the idea of having something loose and like that around my neck. I'm a teacher. My hands are moving all the time. But that was the only thing I did not do. I did everything else to pattern. I did the lace of the pattern, not the brioche. I have never done brioche before, and it was nerve-wracking enough to be knitting something this intense and doing all those other things the first time. So I was like, I'm not even going to attempt brioche. Plus, I really liked the look of the eyelet section in the two colors for me that it was ending up being. So I was happy to just do the regular thing. So border's all done. Like I said, I'm done. Done knitting. But it is not a finished object just yet. One of these days, I will weave in all of these ends and I will be able to call it a finished object. I am one of those people that actually does not mind weaving in ends. I find it, I don't know, not fun. That's not the right word, but therapeutic. I don't know. It just doesn't bother me to weave them in. So it's just finding time to sit down and actually weave them in. That's all I have to do. So maybe everybody in my knitting group has been talking about the new movie on Disney Plus. I think it's on Disney Plus, Encanto. And so I'm very interested in watching that. And so maybe that would be something good. Just put on Encanto and weave in my shawlography ends and have that beautiful shawl ready to wear. So the other project's getting a ton of love right now. The first is my Multnomah Falls hat. So I am a part of the Love and Stitches membership, and this is the project that not everybody, but a lot of people are doing this January to try out cables. I had done cable knitting before. I love cable knitting. And so this hat seemed like right up my alley. I am using, see if I can find the ball band easily. I'm using Cascade Yarn 220 Superwash. It's not really focused, is it? It's 100% superwash wool, and the color is Space Needle. And I love how it is knitting up. I love the stitch definition that I am getting. Come on. Are you going to focus? No. Okay. It's making the cables really pop and stand out. This is a really beautiful pattern. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry, but if you are looking for a simple cable knit hat, I highly, highly recommend this pattern. And then I'm using some of my 3 by the Sea Designs stitch markers. I have a coffee sign, a coffee cup, and a donut with some sprinkles on it. Just to mark my repeats, because I have to repeat the cable pattern 4 times. And so I just have one more. It was that, or re-question myself every time I touch it. How many have I done again? And then trying to count my cables. I have 1,000 stitch markers. No, it's not. It's probably like 900 stitch markers. So having stitch markers on there isn't really a big deal. So that one is getting tons of love. I am hoping to have that done by, what's today? Monday. I would love to have that done tomorrow. So if I do one more repeat of the cable today, if I do the crown tomorrow, I can wash it Tuesday. I would like to gift that on Friday. So as I said, I'm a teacher. At the school that I teach at, which is a very small school, we have high schoolers who get credit for being teacher assistants. And I have had the best teacher's assistant this semester. She is amazing. She's a former student. I taught her in 7th grade, and I cannot put into words how much she has blessed me this semester. What a gift she has been for me. So when I was knitting up the hat, initially the plan was to give it to my husband because he already has 2 hats and he wanted one that was a little thicker, a little warmer. And as I was knitting it up, I was like, this needs to go to her. This would be a really amazing gift just to say thank you so much for everything that you've done. So I bought some pom-poms on Etsy. They're behind me in my pile of whips somewhere. And so I'm going to put obviously it's a gray hat. I'm going to put a black pom-pom on top. And I just think that's going to be a really, really cute hat. And I hope she loves it. And I hope she knows how much I appreciate her, and how grateful I am for all the work that she has done for me this semester. So, my second project that's been getting a lot of love, and I have not talked about my project bags yet. My Multnomah Falls hat is in this project bag. This was one of the very first project bags my husband ever made me. My husband's name is Sean. He is the guy who sews on Instagram and YouTube and Ravelry. Ravelry. No, it's not. It's Etsy. But this is one of the very first project bags he ever made me. He makes the best. I'm not biased at all. He makes the best project bags. And so that's the one that my Multnomah Falls hat is in. This is the next one. They're little scaredy cats. Oh, they're so cute watching a movie. I just love them. They're so cute. This is the sock size bag. It has a beautiful dark pink interior. And in this bag is my January socks for the Desert Vista Dye Works 8th annual knit along. The colorway is called Carrot Cake. And it is so beautiful. Love it. And again, I have a progress keeper from 3 by the Sea Designs. You will notice a pattern if you watch my podcasts. You will see a lot of the guy who sews project bags and a lot of 3 by the Sea Designs. Stitch markers. But these socks I have, so I started them 2 at a time and gave that up. I mean, at this point, I gave that up. So the other one is sitting on hold in the bag. And I have started to heal on the first one. So it's January 17th. I am hopeful that I can get these done in January. I would hate to think that I started a goal of knitting a pair of socks a month and didn't even make it out of January. So the other 2 whips, the hat and the next one that I'm going to show you, have closer deadlines. So once those 2 are done, it'll be just Carrot Cake for the last week of January. So I'm hopeful I can power through. So my last work in progress that's getting a lot of love right now is in another The Guy Who Sews bag. This one is Valentine themed. It's got like truffles and candies, and then it has a pin from 3 by the Sea Designs. It's just a beautiful rainbow. These are a pair of socks that I am test knitting for Nitty Natty. They are the Sweetheart socks, and I am using the yarn from Moonglow Yarn Co. that was designed, or that was dyed for this project. So ignore all of my crazy ends. It's my first time doing any major color work, but these socks are amazing. So I'm on the leg. Do you guys hear Finley? Of course you hear Finley. Everybody can hear Finley. Another 3 by the Sea progress keeper. I love these socks. I have to have the first one done, the test knit. I think it's in like a week, but the foot is knitting up so fast because it's just all the way around. I'm so excited. I can't wait to have the first one done. I'm going to do the second one in February. So I'm just going to kind of do the first sock in January and the next week. And then the second sock will be it will be part of my February sock, like February projects. Just because I already have enough going on in January to also add a full pair of socks just seems like crazy. It just is a lot, you know how it is. So acquisitions. I told myself that I was not going to buy yarn. Amanda has jokes. I said, Amanda, no yarn. This whole area of my house is yarn. I don't need yarn. Yeah, I do. So I have wanted to try Yarn Cafe Creations for a while. Her colors are so beautiful. The yarn always seems so vibrant and so fun. And so when she had a sale right at the end of December, I was like, yes. So this is called Boozy Hot Wassail. Let me see. My phone is just not going to focus. I'm so sorry, you guys. It is called Boozy Hot Wassail. It is on her biscotti sock 4-ply fingering. It is an 85% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, 437 yards to 100 grams. It is gorgeous. So I am a purple girl. It's, what I am. I love the color purple. If you put up anything in purple, I'm going to feel the need to have it in my life. But then look at all these speckles. I mean, it is just, oh my gosh, so gorgeous. So I bought it intending to make socks because, 15 pairs of socks last year. Like I made all the socks. But I'm almost wondering if this would not be a beautiful muscle burrow hat. It's gorgeous. Whatever I do with it, it's going to be gorgeous. Because, oh my gosh, and the squish. I wish you guys could squish this. It's awesome. So my last acquisition is my Christmas present for my best friend, Jenny. She is also a knitter. That's how we met. And she, oh my gosh, she just knows me so well. So the first thing that she sent me was a bag and some yarn from Hypnotic Yarn. So those are dinosaurs wearing knitted items, all decked out for Christmas. It is so stinking adorable. And it is one of those bags. And I never do this right, but it's like the little one goes over the big one and then it hangs off of your wrist like this. Love it. I do not have a bag like this. And so I'm so excited. And then the yarn that came with it is from Hypnotic Yarn. It is called Santasaurus is the main skein. And the two minis, there's a green and a red. This, I think the set is called Merry and Bright. But they are both on her 85-25. It is not going to focus. 85% superwash merino. What did I say? 85-25? All the reasons Amanda is not a math teacher. Such a good thing that I don't teach math. 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon. The main skein is 437 yards and 100 grams. And the minis are 87 yards, 20 grams each. So I'm not going to do anything with this right now. I am keeping it in the bag and putting it away for next Christmas, and they're going to be some December socks. But she did not stop there. She also sent me some Knit Circus yarn. So Knit Circus is her local yarn store. She sent me this pair, two cakes of 150 yards, 75 grams. And this one is called Cindy Lou Who, which I just love so much. It is going back in the bag because it's Christmas themed. And she sent me this one, which is called Jingle Bells. Again, 2 cakes of 150 yards, 75 grams from Knit Circus. It is also going back in the Christmas bag because I'm going to save it. And now I know what I am knitting in December. And then because she's amazing, oh my gosh, she also sent me this skein of yarn, or this set of skeins, which is, these are not skeins. This set of cakes. Yes, this set of cakes is a beautiful gradient. Oh my gosh. 2 cakes of 150 yards, 75 grams, and it is called Girls Run the World. So I absolutely love this. I hope to cast these on soon. That would be lovely. It'd be really good if I could cast those on soon because they are so beautiful. So yeah, that's it for the knitting content. I'm thinking, I don't know how much of it I'm going to cut out, but I'm sure at least a few times you heard the dogs. They are loving afternoons. The afternoons are their playtime, and they run around and chase each other and bark and make a lot of noise, and it's really fun. It is Martin Luther King Day. So as a teacher, I have today off, and that was pretty awesome. I got to sleep in and leisurely drink my coffee and, you know, just relax. I haven't done too much knitting today. Actually, have I done any knitting today? I don't think I've done any knitting today yet. But I'm hopeful. I'm going to try to get, one repeat of my Multnomah Falls hat done today. And, I would love to get, set that goal for myself. I would love to get the rest of the foot done of the test knit. That would be awesome. I live in coastal Virginia, so the rest of Virginia got an epically major snowstorm yesterday, for which we only got rain. So disappointing. My husband doesn't care. Like, he's like, snow, whatever. He's indifferent to it. I, however, want snow so badly. Snow. Nope. Nothing. Just rain all day. It's hugely disappointing. What else? What else is going on with me? I have been rewatching Castle on Hulu, and loving it. That show is so funny. And I have been rereading the Knitting Mysteries by Maggie Sefton. I forgot how much I love that series. So I've read them all before, but I'm rereading them and I'm on the 3rd book now. So if you haven't read that series and you like mysteries, cozy mysteries, and you like knitting, which I'm assuming you do if you've tuned in for this long, then definitely check her out. Maggie Sefton. They're really good. I like them a lot. Yeah, so that's what I'm watching and reading. And that's me. It's January, so at school we're getting ready to switch to 2nd semester. So that'll mean, you know, things will get a little busier, but then they'll settle back down. And I will hopefully see you guys in 2 weeks. I hope you are well. I hope you're healthy, and I hope you are knitting something that you love and that brings you joy. So until next time, happy knitting.